Hello everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my 2018 beauty favorites, and I'm super excited to make this video. I thought about it for a while. I've been thinking about which products I love the most. I've been gathering my little group of products over here. I have them here laying next to me, and we're going to be talking mostly beauty products. I didn't want to include things that I use to apply my makeup or before or whatever, because that would make this video very long. And it's already going to be a long video because I have a lot of products to talk about. So go ahead and get some coffee, some tea, some snacks, whatever it is that you need. I got my water sitting right here next to me. Also, side note, if you guys notice anything weird with my lighting, I did get some studio lighting as a present from my parents for Christmas because they're so sweet, but I still don't know how to use them very well. So if things look a little funky, it's because of that. So bear with me as I figure it out. Hopefully I can figure it out and my lighting will be better in upcoming videos. But for now, this is what we're working with. Also, I'm sitting on my bed because I just wanted to chat with you guys and talk about makeup and hang out and just be relaxed. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to share with you the products that I used the most for 2018. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with are primers, and these were the ones that I used the most for 2018. These are my favorites. I can't live without them. This one here, I'm cheating a little bit because I just got it not too long ago, but as soon as I got it, I fell in love with it. Let me start one by one because I haven't even told you guys what they are. So the first one here is going to be by Catrice, and this is the Light Correcting Serum Primer, and I got mine in Candlelight. So what this is pretty, it's like a luminizer for your skin. It doesn't give much moisture. So if you're someone that looks for moisture, I'm not sure if this is going to be what you're looking for, but it definitely gives you a lot of luminosity. That's what this gives you. It makes it look like nice and glowy. So this one's really good. But usually the way I use this one is I mix it with my Glossier priming moisturizer. I put a little bit of this one and a little bit of this one together, and that's why I apply it on my skin, because this one is very moisturizing, but it doesn't have much of a glow. So when I mix it with this one, I get the best of both worlds. So that's how I use these two. The other one that I was just talking about is the Photo Finish Primerizer, and this one is by Smashbox. This one everyone and their mom loves, so I'm sure you've heard many people talk about this one, but I know I'm a little late to the game because this is the first time I try it. I got this one in a little holiday set, and I started using it and I fell in love. This gives you moisture, it gives you glowiness, it gives you, I don't know, your makeup applies so beautifully on top, and it's just such a good primer, and I love it. And as soon as I run out, I'm gonna buy another one, probably travel size. I don't think I'll ever buy the full size, but this one's a really good one. I'm already down here. I'm almost like halfway with this, so that kind of tells you how much I've been using it. And last but not least, for the primers is the e.l.f. Natural Glow Lotion. This thing's amazing. This thing, I picked it up about mid-year. Mariah Leonard talks about it, and Nicole Cutler, they both love this thing, so I figured I would try it out. I got mine at Walmart, and this is so pretty. This gives you a glow. This moisturizes your skin. It's super affordable, and it just looks so pretty on your skin. It makes the foundation apply super pretty on top, and I would highly recommend this. I do have dry skin, so all these products, as you saw a pattern, they're all glowing, moisturizing. That's kind of the primer that I look for. Let's talk about foundations. One of my favorite foundations for 2018 was definitely the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. These are so good. I love them, and I try other ones and I keep coming back to this one. These ones do come with SPF 20, and they're brightening complex. It's for all skin types, and I would highly agree. These ones are for all skin types. My sister has more of an oily skin and she loves it, and these look so pretty on the skin. I don't know, they give your skin like such a pretty finish, and I love using them. They do come with like a big doe foot applicator, so you pretty much just paint it all on the skin, and then you go ahead and spray it out with like a beauty blender or like a brush. And I have mine in MN4 and MC1 because I can't seem to find my perfect shade, so I mix these two. They are a little bit more pricey for a drugstore price. You can usually find sales like on Ulta or even on Physicians Formula. And the next foundation I want to talk about is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup, and this one is another one that's one of my favorites. It's super dirty, as you guys can see, because I use it so much. I have mine in W4, which is natural beige. It looks so pretty. The shade is perfect. The finish is so nice. Samantha March recommends it. She raves about it. She loves the foundation, and I can totally see why. It comes with a pump, so it makes it super convenient to apply. And I don't know, this was just such a good foundation, and I would say this was more of a medium coverage. Same with the Healthy Foundation. On days that I don't want to wear a lot of makeup, like today I'm wearing a CC cream. Usually I'll go for these two that I'm going to talk about, just because I don't want full coverage or even medium coverage most days. I just want something that evens out my skin tone, and for that I usually use my Aveeno Positively Radiant CC cream, and I have mine in medium. This one does have SPF 30, and this one's just so pretty. This one has a pretty good tint to it, and when you first put it on you can't really see much of a difference. But if you were to do like half your face, you can definitely tell that this is giving you some light coverage. The next one for the BB cream is the Misha Perfect Cover BB cream. I have mine in number 23, and I usually mix it with the number 27. This one does have an SPF of 42, and this one's another one that has pretty good coverage. It's more of like a tinted lotion, but it comes with a little pump. It's a squeezy tube, so it's really good for traveling. So this is another one that it's really good, and I would highly recommend if you're one that likes to do more of a skin evening action kind of thing instead of like full coverage. I got this one because Jessica Braun always talks about it, so I wanted to try it, and I fell in love with it. I super love it, and when I run out, I'm gonna buy it again. Alright, so let's move on to concealers. For concealers, I don't use too many different ones. I love trying concealers, but I'm super picky when it comes to concealers because I don't want to spend a lot of money on my concealers. I'm just weird like that. I'd rather get mine at the drugstore. So when I find one at the drugstore that it's good, I stick to it and I continue to buy it over and over and over again. And that's what happened with this one. The first one is the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer. I have mine in C7, and actually this is the super size one, and this one's so good. It comes with a big doe foot applicator. That's how you would apply it, and this one just is such a good concealer. I usually use this one when I want more of a fuller coverage because it does give you really good coverage. It does not make my under eyes look cakey, dry, nothing like that. I usually do set it after I put this on. I usually set all my makeup whenever I put it on just because I hate the sticky feeling. So this one does crease a little bit under the eye, but it's nothing too bad. I've already gone through 2 or 3 of these, I'm not sure, but that's why I decided to get the super size, just because I knew that I was going to use it all. Another one that I really love is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and I have mine in light medium. That's what these two are, and I have 2 because I was about to run out and I went and bought another one. This one, I usually use it on my light makeup days, so I usually will use these with like my BB cream or my CC cream because I don't want my under eyes to be super highly covered when the rest of my face isn't. So usually when I'm using something that's lighter, I like to go for this one because this one is lighter and it's also thinner in consistency, so it's easier to spread. I would recommend it. So this is the one that I would continue to buy. Okay, up next we're going to talk about some setting powders, and I have just 2 to talk about. One of them is going to be the original RCMA No Color powder. This is amazing. I can't say good enough things about it. The only thing that sucks is the packaging because it is pretty much like a salt shaker, and I don't understand why they would put it in this. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I hate it, but if you can get past the packaging, usually the way I use it is I just remove the whole top, apply some on the top of the cap, and that's how I apply this on. But besides that, I mean, I can totally look past it because this is such a good powder. It's very thin in consistency. I would definitely say that it is a no color powder. It doesn't make me look more whitened out, nothing like that. But lately I've been using this one here, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I have mine in Fairlight 10. I found this about mid-year. I have very little left in here. I use it all the time to set my makeup. It makes it look so flawless. It does not make you look cakey. I have dry skin, and this never makes my skin look dry. It's just so good. And I don't know, I think because of the color too, it adds a little bit of coverage to your makeup. I'm not sure if I'm crazy, but that's what I think. I don't know. I love this powder so much. If you haven't tried it, you should go check it out because this is a really good powder. I'm not the type of person that usually will contour. I don't really do that on my regular makeup steps. That's not something that I do. I do contour sometimes, but it's usually when I want to do more of a glam look, things like that. On a regular basis, I usually just bronze up my skin, and that's enough for me. And the two that I really love are these right here. The first one being the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I mean, who doesn't love this? I've never heard of anybody not liking this. This is such a pretty bronzer. It gives your skin the color that you need. This year, for 2019, they're supposed to be coming out with a few new shades, so that should be exciting. But I have deep bronzer and bronzer, I believe. I love how it makes my skin look. That's the one I'm wearing on today. It gives a little bit of a glow, but it's nothing too crazy. It's just so pretty, and I feel like you can never really apply too much of it. I just love this bronzer. And the other one that I used a lot for 2018 was the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze, and this is in Light Fair. This is the shade right here. This thing is massive. This thing is so big. I don't think I'll ever be able to go through this whole thing. It's so big, and this just looks so pretty on the skin. I know it looks like it wouldn't be much, but it actually does give the perfect shade that your skin needs. It bronzes it up so beautifully, and I really love this bronzer. I do use the butter bronzer a little more than I use this one, but I like them both just the same, especially if you're somebody that just likes to bronze up your skin a little bit, nothing too crazy. These ones are super user friendly. I don't think you could ever apply too much, and they look so pretty on the skin. Moving on, I will be talking about some highlights, and for this category, I have quite a few. And let me start with the ones that are more of a natural highlight. And that's going to be these three right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the e.l.f. in Moonlight Pearl. This is a super subtle highlight. I believe you can still build it up though, but I usually use this when I don't want something too crazy. This is more of like my subtle look, my subtle, more natural days. This is what I go for, but it's such a pretty highlight. They do have different shades in it, so if this is too light for you, I believe you can find other ones for deeper skin tones. But I do want to say that I got it a long time ago and I actually didn't like it, and then I came back to it. I scraped the top because it does come with like a very thick film of weirdness that you have to kind of scrape off. So what I did is I just grabbed my spoolie, scraped off the top, and then the beautiful highlight showed through, and now I love it. The next highlight that I've been loving a lot is by Essence, and it's the Pure Nude highlighter. This one's another one that it's more of a subtle highlight, but it definitely looks so pretty on the skin. When you swatch it, you'll probably be like, what is this? Like, I don't like it. Super subtle. It's not gonna show up. But believe me when I say that it will, because that's what I'm wearing on my skin right now, and that shows up. It's there. It melts so beautifully on your skin. Again, this is another one that I use more on my natural makeup days, and I love it. I used it a lot, and there's not even like a dent in it. And this one's like under $5, I believe. That's how much you can find it at Ulta, so it's a great bang for your buck. Then the next one I would say it's also in the more natural family would be this Milani Make It Last setting powder, and I got mine in Radiant. What's funny is about this one is that it's supposed to be a setting powder, but I don't know who would use it as that, because this thing, it's so glowy, like extremely glowy. What I use this for is like a loose highlighter. What I'll do is I'll tap a little bit like on the top of the cap. This is so glowy. This is such a pretty highlight. Usually I'll just put it just like I would a regular highlight, and once I put it with my setting spray, this looks beautiful. It's such a beautiful highlight. I got it on the Milani site. I'm not sure if you can find it in store like in Walmart or anything like that. I haven't seen it there, but if you see it, pick it up and let me know how you like it, because this is so nice. All right, so let's move on to the highlights that you can see from space. I do love those on some days, and these are the ones that I usually reach for. The first one being by J-Cat, and this is actually an eyeshadow. This is the Triple Baked Crown shadow, and I have mine in Dolce de Leche. This one was recommended by Kathleen Lights. She uses this as a highlight as well, and when she used it, I knew that I had to have it. I went right away and placed the order on Ulta, and I'm so happy that I did. Usually what I'll do is I'll just mix all three colors, so it's like a mixture of 3 different colors, but usually I'll just mix all 3, and oh my gosh, this is so so blinding. It's so beautiful. Another thing too you can use it for is just like at the top of your, you know, cheekbone. Let's say you want to use a little bit of your pure nude and then you want to add a little bit of this. Beautiful. And then I have two highlight palettes. The first one is by Ofra and it's the Feeling Myself highlighting palette. It comes with Blissful, Pillow Talk, and Rodeo Drive, and these are so buttery, so soft, so reflective. It's crazy. These are not for the person that likes a subtle highlight at all. Like if you like a blinding highlight, this is the one for you, because these are so blinding, but they're so beautiful at the same time. They look so buttery on your skin. I don't feel like they would highlight your texture. Okay, and then last but not least, if this one's a little bit too expensive for you, I would recommend this one because this one does retail for like $30. This one is the Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. And it comes with 3 different shades. Also, it comes with a like more of a champagne, more of a pink, and then a golden highlight. These are what it looks like right here. I mean, you can see these from far, far away for sure. And once you blend it out, they look super glossy too. That's another thing that I like about these. They sheer out to such a thin consistency, but very glowy. I feel like you can actually wear these two very lightly and they would look very natural, but that's not usually how I wear them. Usually I reach this for days that I want my highlight to be more highlighted or more glowy, more bright, in your face, whatever you want to call it. That's the time that I use this. All right, so let's move on to eyes, which are my favorite part of my makeup. I love doing my eyes. Every time I do my makeup, I have to do something to my eyes. Eyeliner, eyeshadow, whatever. I'm not the type of person that just puts on mascara and walks out. No, I love doing my eyeshadow. Even if it is like a one color, I just love it. It's my favorite step of my makeup, so I never skip it. Let's start with eyeshadows. So I'm gonna go from my higher end down to my affordable ones. The first one is gonna be by Dominique Cosmetics and it's the Latte palette. I'm sure you guys have heard 1,000 people talk about this, and if you haven't, then you're living under a rock. So this is what it looks like right here, and it comes with pretty much everything you could possibly need. It comes with your setting, your lid color, it comes with transition shades, it comes with some fun pops of colors, and all your shimmers here. These shimmers though, holy crap, these shimmers are freaking amazing. Like you could straight up use these as highlighters and wow, they look so pretty on your skin. I love this palette so much. The formula is amazing. They're so buttery, they blend amazingly too, and they're so pigmented as well. They retail for $42, which I would say is a really good price for what it is. It comes with a nice mirror. I bought one for my sister for Christmas because I thought she needed one in her life. This one's definitely one that I always recommend because it's just so pretty. Like I said, it's a pretty complete palette. It comes with everything you need and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The next one is this one here, and this one is the Born to Run palette by Urban Decay. This is another one that is super pretty, and this one though, this one comes with everything you could ever need for your entire life. Like somebody that wants to have just that one palette that you would use for everything, this is the one for you, because it comes with like some neutral shades over here, then it comes with like a bunch of shimmers. It has your pinks, your blues, your greens, your purple. It comes with the black. It comes with like your transition shades. I don't know what else you can ask for. As soon as they came out, I knew that I had to have it. I had to have it, and I waited and waited and waited until a sale came along because I didn't want to pay full price. This one I think it's like $42 or $45 or something like that, and it hurts to pay that much. It really does. So usually when palettes like this come out for like in the 40s or 50s, it hurts my heart. But when I have to have one, I have to have one. And sometimes I don't wait, I just can't. But sometimes I do, and I'll get them for sale, and that's what I did with this one. I'm so happy that I did. I usually reach for this every time that I'm not sure what I want to do with my eyes. And this one will give me the inspiration of a look because, like I said, it comes with everything. Another thing too, I mean, look at that mirror. It's freaking ginormous. It's huge. And look at the outside of it. Ah! It's beautiful too. I love it. And it's so compact. It's so travel friendly. Well, of course, it's Born to Run. I think they made it for that. Then, this one's by Persona And this one's the Identity palette right here. This is an amazing freaking palette. Everybody, and I mean everybody, should have this in their life. This is perfect for the person that just needs an easy work look, or a person that needs to go out and wants to do like a smoky eye, a person that loves to add shimmer. I cannot imagine anybody not liking this palette. This was meant for people with brown eyes by Sona Gasparian. She did a great job. This one does retail for like $30, which I don't think is a bad price. You get 12 different shades. I love this palette so much. Of course, I got it on sale because I love saving money. But this is another one that I would highly recommend. I would pay full price for it. All right, so now I have two that are more affordable, but they're very different from each other. The first one is by Milani, and it's the soft and sultry palette. And this one is perfect for the cool tone lover, or if somebody that wants to try cool tones on their eyes. I feel like this is perfect because these ones are very affordable. You get 12 shades again, and you get a pretty good amount of different shades that you can create different looks as well. You get your black, you get your, your setting, your eyelid type of shade, like your skin color lid, and then you get all the ones in the middle. These are beautiful. This formula, Milani killed it. I have 2 of the 4 that Milani came out, and they both perform the same, but I would say this one is more unique than the other one, just because of the shade selection. I feel like we see a lot of warm tone palettes and we don't see a lot of cool tone palettes. So usually whenever I want to create more of a cool tone look, I usually will reach for this, and that's why I wanted to mention it in here because it's just so beautiful. And I believe Milani sells them for $20, but if you go to Walmart, you can find them for $15. So like I said, very affordable, a very good palette. Would highly recommend it. And I mean, another thing too is the packaging. Look at that. Look how luxurious that looks. It's so pretty. I love it. And then the last palette that I want to talk about, of course, is my Dream Street palette by ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. This one is my most used palette. This is such a fun palette. I love it. I feel like it's perfect for the person that wants to do more of neutral eyes but then wants a pop of color. Such well-made palette. I feel like this is the best palette that ColourPop has come out yet. So Kathleen Lights made a really good job. I feel like if you can find the perfect color story within ColourPop palettes, then you're good. Because all their formulas, I've tried many different palettes and all of them perform the same. They're all so pretty, they're all beautiful, and I just love ColourPop. I love their palettes. Every time they come out with one, I have to hold myself back so bad because I want them all. I want every single one, but ColourPop releases so many palettes every day, every week, and it's hard. It's hard to have them all. If you're looking to explore ColourPop, let's say you've never tried ColourPop, or you're looking for that one palette to give somebody that you're not sure what to give them, this is the one for you. Start with this one. You won't regret it. It's beautiful and I love it. And then I have to do a little bit of a shout out to my Wet n Wild single eyeshadow, and this one's in Burley. If you saw the shadow, you'd probably be like, whatever, like I don't understand the big deal. But this eyeshadow is the best, and I mean the best, eyeshadow to set my lids with. If you have a skin tone that's similar to mine, or just similar to this, you're gonna love this. Pick it up, buy it. It's $1, so it's not like you're gonna break the bank. You can find it in Target, you can find it at Walmart, you can find it pretty much everywhere that Wet n Wild is sold. It gives your eyelids the perfect canvas to start any eye look. I love using this, and the thing is that a lot of palettes won't come with a setting color. It won't come with something that's close to my skin, and I always pull this out so that I can set my lids with it, and it's perfect. I love it. I always have a backup. I think I have another one over there that I just found. So I have 2 right now, and I would highly recommend it. Jessica Braun said to do it, and I did it. Never looked back. Let's talk about some eyeliners. And for me, I don't spend a lot of money on eyeliners because I don't think it's worth it, because I found the one that is perfect and I refuse to pay more for it. And they are by Essence. They're the Extreme Lasting waterproof eye pencil, and I have them on all shades. These are so buttery, so pigmented. They stay on your eyes for hours. Like, I've never seen them fade off my eyes ever. They're perfect for your waterline. They're perfect for tight lining. They're perfect for making your liner. They're just beautiful, and these are like $2.99. I don't understand why more people are not talking about this. Every single person that asks me what eyeliner they should try, these are the ones I recommend because they're amazing. The next one is a liquid eyeliner, and it's of course the NYX Epic Ink liner because there's just nothing better than this. These are amazing. It's also waterproof. It's about $10, and this is already like my third or fourth one for 2018. So black. Every time I need to do like a thin wing, a thick wing, that's the one that I go for. This year I fell in love with the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, and I use mine in Rich Brown. This is such a good brow pencil. That's the one that I use almost every day. That's the one I'm using today. The tip is very thin, just like the brow is from Anastasia, but after I got this one, I didn't feel the need to buy the brows anymore. The other one that I also like a lot, it's the one by Collab. That's another one that's really good. Also has a thin point, very good formula, very pigmented, but not pigmented to the point that your brows look crazy. So good. Then for brow gels, these are the two that I've been loving, and the first one is by Maybelline. It's the Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer, and I have my name Deep Brown. I heard that it's getting discontinued, but I've seen it. I'm not sure if it was a rumor or what it was, but as soon as I heard that, I went to get it because I wanted to try it out, and I love it. The applicator kind of reminds me of like a bug. I don't like it, but it works. It makes your brows stay in place so good. It stands them up. They won't go anywhere. If you have brows that are crazy and they won't listen to you, this is the one that you need. This is the one you should try out because these are like cement to my brows. But for some reason, they don't feel uncomfortable. It's a really good brow gel. I love it. Another one that's really good that I actually ran out and I never repurchased was the Milani brow gel. That one is another one that's actually very strong hold. I love how it makes my brows look. It's a clear one. I think they just came out with tinted ones, which I haven't tried yet. I'm gonna be picking them up very soon. The other one that I've been loving, it's the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel, but not the clear one. I've been loving the dark brown one. This is the ones that they came out a few months ago, and they came out with a few different shades. And this is the kind that I usually will wear on days that I don't want to do my brows. So I have pretty good amount of brows, but they're very light. So on days that I'm wearing light makeup or I just don't want to do like my filling in the brows and all that jazz, I usually will use this and just kind of deepen them a little bit. For mascaras, I just have two that I want to talk about, and the first one being my ultimate favorite best mascara is the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. I mean, if you see my videos, are you really surprised? Are you surprised that I was gonna talk about this? It gives you volume, it gives you strength, it gives you length, it just gives you everything you could possibly want for your eyelashes. And what I like about it is that on days that I don't want to wear a lot of makeup, usually I'll just do like a light layer of this one, and it just makes my eyelashes look so pretty, so natural. And on days that I want to do like a full glam, then I usually will go with this with like 3 coats, and man, this completes the look. This is such a good mascara. It is more on the pricier side, but you can usually find them on sale. I think for Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, they had them for half off, and they were like $12. I bought a backup. Then for Christmas, they were having another sale. I bought a backup. So I already have 2 backups. I have a backup for my backup. I just can't be without this. If all my mascara was to disappear and I could only get one mascara for the rest of my life, this would be the one that I would get. However, if $21 just sounds like too much for you, even $10 sounds like too much for you, I have another one for you. And that's the Essence Lash Princess in green. It's so beautiful. I feel like it also gives you volume, it gives you length, it makes your lashes look so beautiful, and I love it. I don't know why I haven't bought an extra one. We're almost done. We have a few products to go, but one that I wanted to mention real quickly is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This thing has saved my life. This thing is so good. It's like I said, it's an eye corrector, and this one is for us girls that have dark eyes. This is everything that you need in your life, because this will take away your under eye darkness. And if you have, I feel like if you have dry under eyes, this will help too. This is one that I saw Sarah from All Beauty by Sarah talk about, and I knew that I have to have it, because when she uses it, it's like freaking magic. Whenever I want to do like a full face of makeup and I know that my under eyes need to be covered, this is what I use. Then I go, you know, with my concealer and everything on top, and this is just a magician in a pot. For setting sprays. Setting sprays are, I feel like, a very important step to your makeup. If you're someone that uses setting powders, that has dry skin, that struggles with that, I feel like setting sprays are such an important step, and I feel like not enough people talk about it. I feel like not enough people know about it, and I feel like it makes such a big difference in your makeup game, and it has for me. And that's something that I do every single time that I do my makeup, whether it's a light makeup day, a full coverage makeup day, it does not matter. I always use setting spray. I feel like it melts your highlight, it melts your eyeshadow, it melts the powder, it just puts everything and makes it all feel like one beautiful family all together. And for me, this year, my favorite, ultimate favorite spray was definitely the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is already my second or third one, and I'm pretty much almost done with it. I can't get enough of it. I love the spray on it. I mean, look at this. Where is it? You can't even see it. Exactly. And it smells so nice. I would say it smells like cucumbers, maybe. It sets your makeup beautifully. I feel like it prolongs your makeup. So I have a few other ones that I like, but this one, I love it, and I can't live without it. As soon as I run out, I miss it. Let's talk about lip balms. My lips get really dry, just like my rest of my whole body and my existence. The one lip balm that I found this year that has worked really well is by Jack Black, and it's their Intense Therapy Lip Balm. This one does have SPF 25, and they do come in different flavors. This is so good. This heals my lips, this protects them. I love that it has an SPF 25, so it protects it from the sun. My lips won't get sunburned, and whenever they are like chapped and I put this on, this does such a good job of bringing them back to life. And this is just a really good lip balm, and I would highly recommend it. So I'm not big on liquid lipsticks. Don't like the matte look. That's not the type of look I look for, because I do have dry skin. I feel like it just makes me just look dry all around, so usually it's not something that I go for. But on days that I do want a matte lip, these are the two that I trust, and one is by Dose of Colors. These are just their liquid lipsticks. These are a really good formula. I have a few different shades and I love them. This is one of my favorites at Los Angeles. This is such a pretty shade, very like unique type of red, and I love it. I love this shade. But besides that, I just love the formula in this. It doesn't make my lips feel dry. It doesn't make them look all crackly, and it lasts a really good time, and I love this. The next ones that I love are by Ofra, and also I do have a few different shades. My favorite shade is Verona. A few months back they came out with it, and this is such a pretty nude. I love the shade, but I have a few different ones that I love as well. But this is another one that it's a really comfortable matte lip. It doesn't make my lips look dry. It doesn't make them look all crackly, and they last a really good time as well. These are the three that I use the most whenever I want to reach for any type of lip. I look for glossy, juicy, plumping looking lips, and these are the ones that I reach for. The first one is by Dose of Color. Dose of Color lip glosses are my favorite. I love them. I know they're a little bit more on the pricier side when it comes to lip glosses, but if you're patient, you can get these on pretty good pricing, pretty good sales. I have 3 or 4 different shades for these, and I love all of them. They're all so beautiful. They're not sticky. They're like your perfect gloss. Like that gloss that you've been looking for, that perfect one. That's what this is. They're so comfortable, and they last a pretty long time too. Even though they're glosses, they don't wear off that fast throughout the day. That's another thing that I like about them. I'll notice them that I'll put them on, and then when I go a few hours later, let's say I'm gonna go eat or something, I wipe off my lips, I still notice that they were still there a little bit. So that's another thing I like about it. Then another lip gloss that I loved a lot this year, and I was so happy to find, it's by Beauty by Pop Sugar, and I have mine in Be the Boss. These are such good glosses, and they come in like a little squeezy tube, and then you get your doe foot applicator. These are so good. I don't know why more people don't talk about these. These are an amazing formula, also not sticky, also very comfortable, and I love them. And then last but not least is the L'Oreal Color Reach Shine. And this is another one that I reach for so much. I have Glossy Fawn, which is really, really pretty nude. I carry that in my purse always. That's one that lives in my purse. That's why I don't have it right here. But this formula, just in general, it's so good. So I would describe this as the lipstick that married a lip gloss and then had a baby. That's what this is. If you're the type of person that likes lip glosses but like more of a tint, go try these out because these are so good. Also, the packaging on this, it's so beautiful. Like L'Oreal did such a good job with these. They look so luxurious and so beautiful. I love their packaging. And again, their product inside is really good too. We're done with the beauty products, but I want to talk about two little things that would not complete my beauty steps if I didn't have them. One being this mirror right here. So it comes with like a magnifier mirror on one side and then the regular mirror on the other side. Well, it comes with like these little dots right here which light up, so if you're on the go, you can do your makeup on the go. And this is so perfect for traveling because it'll stand on its own, it'll fold up, and you can put it on your table. This is just such a convenient and nice, well-made mirror. My parents got it for me too, and I love it. And then I want to finish off by mentioning my headbands. I found them at Walmart. They have them for like 2 headbands for like $5 or something like that, and these are so comfortable. They come in super fun, different colors. These are not all the ones that I have. I have a full drawer, like literally a drawer full of these headbands because I love them so much. So whenever I do my makeup, I always have to have a headband on. They're super soft. They're super stretchy. They won't squeeze your head. They won't leave you like that weird crinkle in your hair if you have your hair down. And I love them. I love them so much. And I just wanted to mention them real quickly. But other than that, that completes this video. That was a very long video, I know, and I'm sorry, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about the products that I loved for 2018. Let me know below what products you loved for 2018, what you thought about the products I loved for 2018. Leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you guys. But other than that, I just wanted to say that thank you so much for 2018. Thank you for everybody that subscribed to my channel. Thank you for all the support, for everybody that comments in my videos. I really, really appreciate it. 2018 was so much fun. That's the year that I started my YouTube channel. It's the year that I started my Instagram channel. But I'm so excited for 2019. I'm so excited to see what new makeup I'll fall in love with, what surprises it brings. But other than that, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, I would appreciate if you would do so. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.